Hello folks, good morning, it's Des Catties having a couple of the old Darjeeling out the old Kapilka as usual, just been out for my morning run and all that. The reason for this video is basically just a showing of some bits and pieces that I've recently purchased and that I've been sort of using and putting through their paces. You might have seen them in the last video. I'm not going to preview the ground spike. I've already had a lot of feedback from people saying that they've been purchasing them and all the rest of it already, and I had a recent email yesterday from a chap saying that great bit of kit. I mean, it's not something that I've made, it's obviously that the spike that TJM _metalworks, if you want to go over and have a look at him on Instagram, he's the guy that actually makes the all the different metalwork parts that you want for you know, camping and bushcraft and all that kind of stuff. But recently I purchased, as you might well know, I'm quite into my old the old type tinder pouches, you know, like with the tobacco pouches and the like, or I even used to use my green IPK bag and just fill it up with all my toot and then use what I needed for when I was making a fire if I wasn't collecting it outside. But not long ago I was out with Steve from the UK Preppers Guide, and he had a tinder pouch that came from flintandsteel.com, and when I see it, I really liked it. He had it made in the guy that actually makes the stuff at Flint and Steel in Russia of all places. Not shooting down Russia, for fuck's sake, you know what I mean? I'm just like from Russia, and I really liked it. I like leather stuff, and it has its place in bushcraft and camping and all the rest of it. But it's taken me a little while to sort of take it on board and to want to have a tinder pouch made of leather. You can proof it. It looks nice. People like to pretend that they're part of the it's authentic, the leather. You know, maybe people want to think they're part of the Voyagers or the Hudson Bay folk and all the rest of it, and I never sort of really went down that road. I mean, even with my knives, I mean, alright, my Wolverine knife that I use has a leather sheath, but I was contemplating when I first got it to actually have it getting a Kydex sheath for it, but I've sort of, no, you've been naughty now, you've been a naughty person, let's go down the road of having some leather stuff. And basically with a leather, you know, you can reproof it and all the rest of it, and maybe I'm digressing ever so slightly. But anyway, I purchased a tinder pouch from flintandsteel.com. I'll put a link in the bottom if you want to go over and have a look. The chap that I dealt with was a guy called Mikhail, who actually makes them. His English is superb. If he is Russian, don't actually know his nationality. He might be someone that just lives over in Russia, I don't really know. But this is the tinder pouch, and I really liked it. I kind of fell in love with the one that Steve had, and I bit the bullet and I bought one. It's a very nice pouch. It's got the Sam Brown stud there, you know, to sort of hold the flap in place. So you basically would open the flap there like so to actually open it. Lift up your flap there, and inside there's a series of compartments, and it was that kind of thing that kind of sold it for me, I think, because of the fact that you could have bits tidy away. Now, when I actually purchased this one, what comes with it, when you go over and have a look at the website, I have no affiliation with these people, or Mikhail at this matter. I literally am just showing you the tinder pouch that I purchased from him. And inside is obviously a C-steel. Now this really gave off some good sparks. I've got a C-steel that I've had for absolute years. Where I purchased it from, I have no idea. Maybe I was 10 parts pissed when I purchased it, I've got no idea. But I always compare that one to other ones I try out, and I must admit that I like this one. It compares to my own personal one, so that was a bit of a tipping point for me. There's also a little tin in here that slots into its own little area, compartment if you like. And it's just like a little tin, and basically in here, and I'm not going to get too excited if I can open it, is char cloth. I love char cloth. I love it. And basically when you purchase it, it comes with some char cloth made in there out of linen already. Okay. There's also a couple of pieces of flint flakes for obviously your C-steel. And then a couple of twines of couple of twines of jute. Alright, there's 2 coils of jute there when you purchase it. Also, if you're not sure on how to use jute and all the rest of it, there is a little instruction pamphlet that comes with it. The only thing I will say, it took about 2 weeks to come, which is fair enough because it's coming from, it's coming from another country quite far away. But that is basically it. Alright, now if I show you the pouch with all its bits taken out, if I take all the bits out of it, and actually if you can sort of see the inside there, I don't know if it's picking it up at all, maybe it's too dark. Let's use one of my little torches off my key ring there that's right in hands. And basically there's the little 2 compartments in there. One's for the char cloth tin and one's for the sea steel, and then the rest of it is to put your gumph in. Now I've basically added to it as well. I've got a little block of King Alfred's cake in there. I've got some more char cloth. And I've also added some wax paper and a packet of stormproof matches that really never see the light of day, but they're in there anyway for just in case, for those just in case moments. Okay, so that's the tinder pouch. I'm loving it. I'm kind of, what tipped me a little bit I think was because of having something like this, it's quite a bulky item in your pocket I suppose, so maybe so the other option then was to have something actually attached onto a belt. Okay, which leads me on to the second item that I've purchased of recent, and that's a leather belt. When I look at leather belts, and I go over and I look at, and I'm not taking it away from people that do leather work and all the rest of it, but I often find that the belts seem to be, they're quite pricey for what they are, but I'm not saying that because, in a sense, it's just me being a tight ass basically, because there's a lot of work that goes into things that people make by hand. Alright, and if it's their business, then they obviously need to sell it at a profit or whatever, and that is it. Okay, I'm not gonna, there's some lovely belts out there, but one that I purchased recently was a scaffolder's belt, and here it is. Okay, it's basically a nice metal buckle. It's got 2 prongs for doing up the belt. It's kind of like, I don't know what that is, 1.5 inches, 2 inches wide I suppose. Quite thick 4mm leather. And hold on to your breeches, but this was £9.99. £9.99 I paid for this off of Amazon. Alright, and again, I'm not affiliated with Amazon. I basically needed a new belt. I've got the one that holds up my trousers, but I obviously wanted a leather belt for holding some of my paraphernalia on. I've also got my, just digressing ever so slightly, I've got my tinder pouch. This is the JP tinder pouch. I've probably showed it to you before. I'm not going to carry on with this one now. And then finally, I've got, obviously attached to it as well, is me Wolverine knife. Alright. So I've kind of tipped the scales a little bit myself and gone over and, as I say, bought, and obviously using some sort of leather items. I don't want to start being one of these people that attaches loads and loads of leather pouches and everything to the outside of my jacket. But I think having the tinder pouch, my knife and the possibles pouch is obviously quite a, it's probably not bad. It's not a bad idea to do that if you haven't got so much stuff in your pockets. At least you will have some kind of items to sort of bail you out the crap if you do happen to lose your rucksack or become geographically challenged or lost when you're out in the woodland or somewhere like that. Okay, so that's really about it for now. I think, folks, nothing too much. As I say, I'm not reviewing them as such. I'm literally just showing you. All right. Now, I've never really taken much notice of other tinder pouches out there that are maybe sold in the UK, and I don't want people to start, I don't want to have a pissing competition with people telling me, oh no, you did whatever. It's just my personal humble opinion of things, okay? And I basically gain a lot of knowledge and stuff from my own experiences when I'm out in the woods and I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay, so basically that is it. That is the tinder pouch by flintandsteel.com. I'll, as I say, put a link in the bottom. I'll also put a link to the TJM underscore metalworks link there as well, and if you want I'll also put a link to the belt. But I say £9.99 that was, so if you're a little bit tight of cash and you can't afford one of these sort of bushcraft belts for sort of like 50-60 quid and all the rest of it, then maybe that might be a cheaper option for you. Okay, so as I say, when you buy the tinder pouch, you get the tinder pouch, you get a tin for your char cloth, which comes completely char cloth as well. You get a nice little sea steel, 2 coils of jute string, and obviously 2 nice flakes of, excuse me, 2 flakes of flint. Alright, and then also finally you get a nice little instruction booklet just explaining stuff about how to use the jute and the like. Alright, okay, so there it is, folks. So thank you for watching. Please take care. Again, comments and suggestions are always welcome by you people. And take care. Have a good week, and I hope to catch up with you again in not so far distant future. Alright folks, so all the best, take care, and stay safe.